Hey friends, it's me, your pal Kelly Zemnickis, and welcome to episode number 43 of It'll Be Fine, the now socially distant baking food chat show. I hope you're doing well today. On today's show, a childhood friend of mine is joining me for the bake via the interwebs. My dear friend, Tara Leigh Szymczak. I hope I said that right. She got married not too long ago. I'm still working on the name. But Tara Leigh and I have known each other since like the mid 80s, like 85 or something like that. So she is one of my first friends I made when my family moved to Ontario from Quebec, and a dear friend, and I'm so glad she is here. We are making today Plum Tarts. What's that? I'll tell you. It's Plum and Feta Tart, but I only had 2 sets of letters, so I couldn't spell feta. Anyway, it comes to us from the good people at the LCBO Food and Drink Magazine. Seamless. You couldn't tell I looked down, could you? From an old issue, 2016. So if you don't have it, look it up on the interwebs. Plum and Feta Tart. Plum Tart. I'm so excited to do this. Tara Leigh, by the way, has a kick-ass Instagram account called the Traveling Trendsetter. She's on the tip of the fashion trends. What's hot, what's not. Check it out. And she is also a teacher. Oh, so, thank you for doing what you're doing. And I'm sure there are a lot of parents who are like, oh my God, I can't wait to hand this kid back to you. Because you do work that you're not appreciated for enough. I see it. I definitely see it. So that is who is on the show today, and we are offering some love, offering some attention to Food Banks Canada. If you are at all able to help out Food Banks Canada, because right now way more people than usual need access to good food. If you can help them out, please do. It would be a really great thing. Guys, enjoy the show. It's episode 43. Plum Tart.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
You're going to need plums, but you know what? If you have any other kind of fruit, or if you've got frozen fruit, not fresh fruit, go ahead, use it. Absolutely. You have your choice. You can either go with honey or maple syrup. Okay? You can go with either Greek yogurt or sour cream. There you are. You're going to need 2 eggs. You're going to need unsalted butter. You will need all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, and phyllo pastry. Phyllo, tomato. I like how our colors are complementary today, the pink and the
I know.
green.
I feel like we're on the same wavelength today.
We are, yeah. I'm enjoying the hairdo for you. We're looking fancy today for our plum. I'm calling it, I don't know if you can see on my fridge, but I've got plum tart.
Oh, I like that.
I didn't have enough T's to spell feta.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't tell my husband. I told him it's just a plum tart because if I said feta, he would not be eating it. So I just said
Really? I have to say I enjoy like a fruit and cheese pairing. Like I like having fruit and cheese with wine, so why not make it a dessert, right?
Now I have to ask you, are you someone that likes apple pie with a slice of cheddar cheese?
I won't say no to it, but it isn't my instinct. I know that's a very Canadian thing.
Yes. That's exactly what my husband said. I'm like,
yeah, like I won't turn down any food unless I'm allergic to it. But I'd eat pie. Like it's not my thing. I prefer pie with ice cream.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Pie with ice cream. Right? Yeah.
So just for the viewers at home, no, we've known each other since like 1985, I think.
I think I must have been in grade 1 or grade 2, maybe grade 1.
Yeah.
And you were a year younger, so we basically met when we were like maybe 6.
something like that. Yeah, I feel like I got to know your brother first. Your brother Sean.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like I may have connected with Sean first because he would hang out with my brother Kevin, maybe a bit more, and then we all got to know each other because we were just like a few doors down in good old Etobicoke, Ontario.
in the good old Coke, yeah. If you know it, you love it, and you understand our little.
Exactly. For those at home who are watching, Etobicoke, just down the street from where we lived, was Martin Grove Collegiate, which is where Kiefer Sutherland, right after high school.
I don't think I knew that, but I did know that Stephen Harper went to Richview, which was also down the street on the other side.
Former Prime Minister of Canada. Yeah. And sometimes guest actor on a TV show called Murdoch Mysteries.
Oh.
Yeah. Seriously, I don't find that man attractive at all. I don't. I'm just gonna say that. But in that episode of Murdoch Mysteries, the hair and makeup team deserved a high five because that guy looks good. It scared me. What is happening? So what we're doing today is we're going to do you read this magazine, Food and Drink from the LCBO?
On occasion, I will grab it as I'm leaving. On occasion. But you know what? I've heard there's really good recipes in there. And I've heard like a lot of people are like they rave about them.
Oh, they're fantastic. This one is from 2016, so about 4 years ago. I keep some of them. I don't keep all of them, but if I've dog-eared enough pages, I'll be like, I'm going to make this one day. And this page has been dog-eared for about 4 years.
Oh, good. So we're finally making
We're tackling it. Better late than never. So first step for everyone, for yourself, for me, set your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So we do that first.
Oh boy. You know what? My oven, it's a gas stove and oven, so all the temperatures are just totally off. So we have like our own little individual thermometer in there just to like.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely every oven is different. So you may have to change the temperature a bit. The bake time could be different. For this recipe, they suggest up to 30 minutes. You might just need 20. It all depends on your oven. So the next thing to do is take out either if you have puff pastry or phyllo. I've got it here in my pan already.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
so
out.
They actually, it's funny enough, they had the phyllo, but they did not have the flaky, the tender flaky.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So did you put yours already in the pan?
I put mine already in. I'm not gonna lie, mine is like on its way out, so it's really stuck together. So I just jammed it all in the bottom.
Did you do 6 layers or 1 layer?
I probably have about 9 layers here. But is there such a thing as too much phyllo? I say no.
So I am behind you, so I'm gonna do now.
So if for those watching at home, just do maybe 2 layers at a time. Fold it into whatever size pan you've got. And if you get more layers, then again, it's not a problem.
Do you have full layers or yours like split?
Girl, I have chunks.
Okay, good, because I didn't
train wreck.
instructions, and apparently you're supposed to let these unthaw for at least 4 hours. So
yeah,
because they're stuck together. So I'm gonna try to make do.
Not to worry. Yeah, absolutely.
And then did you butter yours? Like, did you oil?
I have not done that yet. What you will do once you get yours, actually before you start layering yours down, there is an instruction to oil the pan. So if you have any cooking oil or like coconut oil or melted butter, just give it a wee little coat first, and then layer this in. Melting butter can be done in the microwave or on the stovetop. But if you do it in the microwave, instead of like 4 cents all at once, do it in increments, like 20, more if you need. Same goes for melting chocolate. You never want to do it all together. Yeah, I bought mine too. I mean, I'm an avid home cook, so I like having tools, but I don't really know why I bought this when I did, but I've been using it more since the show.
Absolutely.
So that is good. So we're just going to keep painting, kind of like a little, I like to say, to use your inner Bob Ross for this.
I love Bob Ross.
He's great. He is so great.
He's like genius. So you are still on your first layer, correct?
Oh, I just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm not playing by the rules with this. But when do I
I
ever?
wasn't sure how much of a stick to the rules kind of gal you are.
Yeah, like baking is definitely more scientific than cooking. You can kind of experiment a bit more with cooking, but I honestly think you could do the same with baking.
Yeah?
I think you can mix stuff up and do your thing. Yeah.
As long as you know like what's a legit substitution and you're not like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to do a little bit of research, then you can sort of, once you know the formula, then you can play around with it.
that I don't know if you bought, because the recipe calls for Greek yogurt or sour cream. So I don't know what you ended up picking
I
up.
went Greek yogurt because I bought some the other day by mistake. I was making another recipe and I looked in the fridge. I was like, oh, I have all this Greek yogurt. I may as well use this now. So
Perfect.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You
so
know what? You could also use a fruity yogurt in this too. I went with plain, but
Yeah.
because it's like a fruity dessert, you can also do like a blueberry or,
that's true. Or vanilla even, right? Like,
yeah. So it's all good.
so
So
I'm
you're doing a bit of teaching today, correct?
yeah, we did an art lesson online, which was always fun.
Oh my gosh. How is it as a teacher educating in this format? Is it tough?
It's honestly super challenging, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, it's you can choose to put in as little or as much of effort as you want. And that's like, I feel, yeah, like, so it's definitely a challenge. Like there's a lot of kids that are kind of checked out, or parents don't, necessarily, have the time or energy for it, which I understand. But then there's other kids that like are totally like, wholeheartedly, like full effort every day. And that's amazing. Like, so, but yeah, no, it's weird. It's super weird doing online teaching, but I love seeing their faces. That's like the bright side of my day, because we did it like an art lesson today. We had pajama day, so that was fun. So everyone wore their pajamas, brought their stuffies, and we did art. So it was fun.
Well, did you ever do that in high school? Have pajama day? I remember we had that at ESA.
Oh, in high school.
Yeah. Well, I went to an arts high school, so.
You know what? Yeah. I remember doing it, I think, in elementary, and then after that, I don't remember.
Yeah, my high school was a lot like the TV show Fame. There was a lot of singing and dancing.
I remember being super jealous of that, like, because I thought it was so cool that you went to this arts high school, and like,
yeah,
all of these like super interesting and eclectic people.
It was pretty fantastic. And also I found it was a really good prep for college, because you had your arts major, which you had to focus on, but then you also had to focus on science and history and like all the other things that, when you go to college, you figure out how to balance, right? So
yeah,
it was good. It was good prep in that way. I think a lot of members of the band Broken Social Scene went to my high school.
Oh.
I mean, there's a lot of members in Broken Social Scene, and I think a good portion went to the SA.
That's
So for me, I'm going with plums for this dessert. I believe you're going with nectarines?
I have both. I have plums and
Cool.
I have nectarines, because apparently there were also sold out of plums except for 3. So I thought, you know what, make a hybrid of it, right? Like,
Totally. Yeah. I don't know, how is it in your neighborhood? Are you surprised at what is not on the store shelves? Because I know I am. There's some really strange things that I can't buy right now. Like pie filling. Cherry pie filling. Can't find it.
Chocolate icing is sold out everywhere we've been. Chocolate frosting, yeah. There's lots of vanilla, but there's no chocolate. It's just so random.
That's so strange. It's so peculiar. I also have not found cinnamon anywhere.
Yes, exactly. Nowhere.
It's gone. I don't know. You don't need it for this recipe, but I'm just saying, just in general, it's nowhere to be found.
I think that's such a weird ingredient that people would be like stocking up on. Like I can see like flour, you know.
Yeah. They're they're probably using it for their banana bread. Everyone's making banana bread right now.
Oh my God, I think I've made about 4 of them already. But I don't eat them. That's the thing. I just give them to other people.
All right. Shall we move on to next step?
Yeah. Give me.
All right. So it looks like from the picture they just cut the plums in half, but I made quarters.
Oh, okay. So mine.
But if you cut yours in half, then that's cool too.
Well, I didn't I didn't understand the way that they were describing it. So initially, like mine looked like this, but then I figured out that they wanted them like flat.
Yeah,
but I got a bit of both.
So yeah,
mine are thick though. I don't know how thin yours are sliced, but
mine are pretty thick. But I kind of like it because it looks like it's going to be like a nice sort of meaty tart. You're going to have a nice bite of fruit, a nice bit of cheese, so it should be okay. So basically, what you're going to do is just kind of place them around the pan. So.
And you're not okay. I was gonna say, are we buttering the top layer? I guess.
We are going to. I think the last layer of phyllo that you've done. Definitely give that a bit of butter, and then lay the fruit onto it. So. Yeah. And again, you can be as artistic as you like with this. You're using 2 fruits, so. And if you're using your plums, friends, take the pit out. Will make your teeth a lot happier.
Yeah, little life hack there for you.
Now your brother is a dentist. How is he doing right now? Is he kind of trying to find other things?
Which is way better off than Ontario is, but they're opening, so their dental practice is open, but there's not very many people. So he doesn't have any clients for the next 2 weeks. So it's been tough.
Yeah. Yeah, BC is a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of reopening. The country's opening at different paces. Yeah, I took a little walk today, and even on my neighborhood street, I saw a few more shops open, which was nice. I mean, with certain rules, like, you can only come into the coffee shop if there are 2 other people, max 3. But it's nice to see like little signs of life emerge. It's nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know if folks can see this, but I've got my plums like this happening.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm thinking I should put some more in.
Sure.
I just don't know how much, I don't want to overload it, but.
Yeah. Definitely. And then what we're going to do next is head to the blender. Well, they say blender. I'm using my KitchenAid.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure, so I just brought my blender out. But
cool. Yeah. Use a blender. Use a KitchenAid. Just mix it. I mean, you could do this with your own arm and spoon.
Yeah, get a little elbow grease.
Well, elbow grease for sure. All right, so we're gonna do this here. Just measure this out. All right, so it's 1 cup. Using the whole egg, so don't worry about separating. Yogurt and the eggs, we are going to add in the flour. Okay.
That was only 1/4 of a cup, right?
Yeah, not much at all. And then sugar.
So the feta and the maple syrup are for later, correct?
Oh, sorry, you need the feta too.
Okay. 2 heads are better than 1, right?
It's a fun, it's like a little side game on the show of playing What Did Kelly Forget?
What have you forgotten in past episodes?
Sugar. Sugar's a frequent one. I think we're at like 3 episodes where I've forgotten the sugar, which is great.
I feel like all your recipes turn out great anyways, so.
They do. They totally do. All right. I've got to cut up my feta. Getting smoother. So yeah, you want this to be a nice smooth consistency. I don't know if you can see this here, but it's smooth.
Okay.
It's smooth. And then what you can do is, whether you're using the blender or a KitchenAid like mine, just like scrape the sides down so you just get as much product out of the bowl as possible. And then what we're going to do is pour this over the fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, just give a little pour like that.
Ooh.
Kind of looks like cottage cheese.
Yeah, it's got an interesting kind of texture.
Yeah. I'm really excited to try this.
I am too, just because this is definitely not my typical go-to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever made a tart before.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys big on home cooking, or do you love ordering out more?
You know what? I definitely love ordering out, but I've kind of been into like making all of my meals lately. Like I love a good cookbook too.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Oliver's got a couple of really good ones. I like his I think it's called five ingredients.
Yeah.
30 minutes. So it's so good. Yeah, I find it very satisfying to be able to like come up with something yourself and prepare it. And
yeah, I love ordering out as much as I love, eating in, and I kind of find it fun to just open my cupboard and kind of be like MacGyver and go, what can I put together? I feel like my dad taught me that, just seeing my dad in the kitchen so much. He was like, how can you make this work? So this is what this looks like.
Experimental too. Like he was like a food risk taker. Like he would be willing to like whip up like 10 different ingredients and come up with something pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's still doing that.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's always cooking for my mom. My mom is very lucky. I cannot wait till I'm, safely able to go over for a dinner and have dad just like, food, drink, all the things.
I don't know if you ever came over to my house when my brother and I were big into experimenting with random ingredients. We would make like orange juice with like Tabasco sauce and like milk and food coloring, and then we'd be like have different like jars of it, and then my mom got really mad and was like, you guys have to drink it all now, so let's go. I don't know if you were ever a part of that, but
I might have been. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like that show Just Like Mom, which was on back when we were kids, and like every kid, it was like this game show with food, and every kid added ketchup to everything.
That's probably where we got the idea from, because honestly.
Absolutely.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that show was great. Like the big trip was like, like a grocery store gift card, or the big one was a trip to Disneyland, There you go. So our next step is to take either honey, or I think we're both doing maple syrup. So we're going to do that. And then over the tart, we are going to, let's see here. It says 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
Not teaspoon, tablespoons of either honey or maple syrup. And we're just going to drizzle this over.
Drizzle it. Okay. Are you using a spoon to do yours?
I'm going to like freehand it. You use my measuring spoon. Oh yeah. All right.
Just making little zigzag patterns.
Yeah. It's all about your inner artist with this. I totally see a face in here. the sky now, like you could sort of see the quality of my kitchen's a little darker than before. But yeah, it just got super dark. So we just finished our bake. Mine definitely did 25 minutes. How was the bake time for you?
Yeah, I set it initially for 20 minutes because my oven sometimes is too hot, but it was about 25 too.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's what we did. And just to remind everybody, Food and Drink Magazine, autumn 2016. It was a fine year. I don't remember 2016 at all.
I don't either. Nothing memorable.
It's all good. By the way, just
2020.
oh, this is a year.
We will remember this. And the plum tart we baked during it.
You know what? That is one thing I am so grateful for right now is even though I can't be in the same kitchen with you at the moment, food and making food and sharing right now is so therapeutic.
It really is. It really
Look what I found.
So much goodness in one picture.
That's totally there. That's me. That's my brother Kevin.
I remember that shirt that you wore though.
Shirt.
I remember that tie-dye shirt and I was so jealous because I thought it was so cool. Like I wanted that.
That shirt was so great. And that swatch watch I am wearing, I only recently got rid of because I was like, why am I keeping this?
That's crazy. I love that picture. That was so much fun. And I remember being irritated with the girl because we were like, who is this girl? Like, why is she in the middle of all the pictures?
I don't know who she is, but I'm gonna put this up at the end of the show. Just
I love it.
More of us. I found more, but I don't want to do that to you too much. So this cut is disgusting, but this smells so good. Yours is beautiful.
Mine, okay, so here's the thing. It smells delicious. I think it's probably delicious. I had a hard time cutting it. Maybe I need to add more pastry.
I think so. Yeah. I may have gone with more layers. I think it required what?
I think it was 6, but I think we did 6.
I think I would do more.
I would.
But still, we've got this. Let's do a little cheers first.
Yes.
You've got your Riesling?
Cheers. Actually, yeah. Yep. And your cider.
Yeah, got my
Cheers.
cider. Mm-hmm. I'll just give a quick shout out to Stock and Row. That's the cider I'm drinking. Only giving them a shout out because all of their proceeds, if you're in the GTA and you order their cider, it goes to out of work bartenders and restaurant workers, which is a good thing right now.
I love that. I love that. So,
shall we?
Yeah. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Really good.
Oh, I like this.
The filling is really nice. Like it's surprising. Like you don't taste the feta. I don't taste the sour cream. It's just very light.
It's a nice light dessert. The fruit just gives it enough sweetness. It's not super sugary. This would be so good like at a barbecue, after a barbecue.
It would be. This is like really tasty. And you know what? It was really not that difficult to make.
No.
And not that many ingredients were needed either. So it's like, win-win.
Absolutely. Especially right now because you may not have access to like a ton of things, but you want to treat yourself, maybe a nice little dessert for after dinner. And this is super good. Oh man. Food and drink for the win.
It's really good.
It's really good.
The only thing I would probably add a couple more layers of the pastry, but it's still super good.
Now, will this pass the test with your hubby? Will Daniel approve of this?
Yes, because you know what? It's almost reminiscent of a cheesecake. Like it's a very light kind of cheesecakey taste, and he's into cheesecake. So.
No, I am a fan of this. I'm so glad we made this. It was worth waiting 4 years.
You'll remember 2016 now for that reason.
Exactly. I have to say 2016, I do remember 2016. We did a lot of filming for my documentary that year. So,
the 9/11 one?
Yeah, I've got a documentary called No Responders Left Behind. We really hope it's going to come out soon because
keep fingers crossed. We've had some good news of late, so hopefully that'll keep going. And yeah, I did a documentary on the failing health of 9/11 first responders. So it's definitely important to keep first responders in mind when they're out of mind, because I got to say, prior to doing it, I didn't really think too much of how a firefighter would be after, the fire was put out.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. So.
You have some really important people involved in it, right? Like some pretty well-known.
We've got some high, higher ups in the U.S. political system. Senator Kristen Gillibrand is in it, and I got to interview her actually, and it was my first interview, and she was so kind and so generous with her time. And a comedian named Jon Stewart is in the film. So.
What do you know?
What do you know?
You might have heard of him.